Hi, yeah. Hi, that's right. It's good to see you. Hmm? Yes, I know your magazine. I don't read it very much, but you're welcome to be here. So, fire away with questions. What? No, I didn't know. I had no insight into Muddy Waters' music, period. And the story, I was an acoustic performer and I stopped because it was the same thing. And that was that. I played electric guitar on tons of blues recordings, but with the backing, not with me singing. So I just switched. It was only a coincidence. Yeah. What do I attach my fame to? Well, I don't really bother with things like that. It's an absolute great thing. I think when anybody would like to be, in the position I'm in, whoa, it's very flattering. Thousands of people listen to you all the time. It's obvious now that the following is enormous. Oh God. So, it's just great, but I don't attach myself to being a famous person. It really doesn't have any meaning. And every day I say we have a technical helper for things like strings, so we can get on with it. Uh, I don't really say I've got any ability, but could be latest thing that happened. We get boogieing really, such as recently conscription in England, yeah, which is just pathetic really to say that. No, not political. Well, it's up to the individual. I mean, I've heard a few political records even by B.B. King and other people. It's not it's not against it, but people want to have a good time. Like me, I wasn't having a particularly great time on the folk scene, folk and blues scene. I felt like it was not rocking enough, and it was the same audience, every time. So it was a good experience, but I wanted to. I don't know what I wanted really. It was just the same thing, taking CDs as it was and tapes and selling them, and go from one venue to the next. Certainly popular, I don't know why, maybe the same reason, but maybe you gotta move on. So just went down to Dawson's music shop and got a Telecaster in the sale. I had a Telecaster before, it was rubbish. I got rid of my semi-acoustic, it wasn't doing it for me. And then that was it, I kind of no idea about Muddy Waters. Honestly, I wasn't a big follower of electric blues. And it was slow, it took about 4 years. a bit quiet. And then it was 100,000 followers, and there's 108,000 2 years ago. And now, well, it's not worth trying to count. You can't count that many people, because it's not just one guy listening. They could be in a school or a disco, what we call it, or blues festival playing. So, yeah. So there is no political manifesto. Just here to have a great time, and that's that really. No, I don't think anybody would want to bother seeing an older man. Always done without publicity, you know. I was a bit conscious of, again, being on the circuit, whatever circuit, and being repeating yourself, and looks made no impact whatsoever, you know, for me. And why would anybody want to, you know, look at me? So I never bothered. There is a couple of videos, I think, where I'm actually seen playing, but no concerts. Well, we could only play in other countries. America was the second biggest market, funnily enough. But they did play stuff in a lot of American states. It was a great feeling. And I think Chicago. Oh, amazing. I come from, I think they call it trashy state in America. So I started out 40 years ago, must be, on a trashy state. Yeah. We called it a council estate. We had nothing. I didn't have anything. Like a lot of people, we had nothing. And there's a lot of bands. I played a few rock bands. And then I found the blues. It was Chance in a Million, Lightning Hopkins CD in the library, and I started it really, but obviously I had to work. It's some really working class jobs, blue collar, you know. And then I decided 4 years ago, whatever, there could be no, it's changed so much. There's not hundreds of labels, there's only record labels seem to deal with the big names, and people like Disney are involved. Now, last couple of years, Beatles, Disney, I don't want any part of that at all. So, they just, not just because of me, it's not just to release my songs, by any means. It was really because the job situation is critical in England. It's so hard to find anything. Before, I used to do all kinds of things, working in a pizza joint, really easy to find. Stuff like that, 3-4 years. In the shop window there would be an advert. You just don't see that now. Shops closing. Nothing to do. I was on welfare. I still am, like millions of guys. So these facts just made me want to do it. There's 78,000 unemployed in the area where I live in northern England. So as though I'm not trying to be any kind of statesman, is that the word? Spokesman as well, for anybody, not at all. Statements that people make all the time, better off in jail, Set you up to fail was another one. A guy I knew, Brian, said that. You come out of jail and you got nothing. Nobody will give you a job except packing bags at Tesco. That's a supermarket. They call it a store in America. That was it really. And we didn't expect anything to happen, but who does? And it's sad for all the ones that fail. Oh, I don't know about lasting fame. Might last forever? I don't know. I really don't know, honestly. I just, what could I say? How can you judge it? Yeah, this is the recording area that we're in now. Not much equipment, as you can see. But that's what we wanted. I was tired of playing on other people's records, flashy studios, so high tech. It felt like I was a robot. And again, a bit like the concerts that same people in the audience. They might sing along to your songs. A popular one or two, like Who Killed Princess Di? They would sing along. It felt like it was verging on pop. And I didn't like it too much. Although they always say, oh, what a great blues guy, in the acoustic times. But I wanted out. I just stopped because I knew I would end up stilted, And now it's turned around where you get people full circle. Wow, from America, can I play this song of yours at my brother's funeral? That kind of thing. Unreal questions. No negative stuff. This is just one idiot. But you just get that. So it's just great. There's no hope at my age, 63, of much that could pay you enough to take a job. It's a big problem in England and other countries are probably the same. Mass unemployment, it's a leisure state here. Somebody said that's a good phrase. And you're just stuck with nothing to do. I wouldn't have anything to do apart from hobbies, like feeding animals. There's like a nature reserve nearby. Go there, feed ducks and things, see friends. I think the madness of millions of cars has isolated people. Technology. Go to the shop and buy some food or some clothes, Where are you from? Nashville. Oh, right, I didn't know that. A syndicated magazine. Is that through just the States or other countries? Right. There's not too many. There is a blues magazine in England, I don't know the name. But it's the same people that are always in them. As it was in folk days, it was always Bob Dylan and John Baez. Expensive. I don't really buy them. I don't consider myself anything. I'm just a crazy guy, really. What's next is going to be, I don't know. We're not aiming, to, oh, that's a trendy one, which is what record companies would want. Let's put that out. Not really. So I don't remember. I think the most likely is called Hilton Hotel. Yeah. Excuse me. Tim was singing. And that's about if you go to the city of London or anywhere. I was in Cardiff, actually in Wales, 3 years ago. And there's all these beggars. It's a really nice city. There's no trouble there, no graffiti. Very done up, nice. I've not been for a few years, despite it only being a short distance from where I originate. And there's all these beggars standing and sitting on the walls of the Hilton, which I think is quite a new hotel, like it is in Manchester and London, relatively. So, which is just society, you know. But it doesn't necessarily have a political meaning. Everybody knows that. Yeah. Perhaps in the 60s, people like Dylan came along and not everybody might have had a telly or something, or access to the life of Martin Luther King on the radio so easily, or interested, you know, in oddball things. There's just really that. Everybody knows as beggars go to the better areas. They're not going to go to where I live, because nobody will give them any money. Not really. It's just an ordinary trashy estate, government estate. You see them on the main road further down. They have signs, beggars now and then. They sit there on the side of the road, give me some money. Yeah. But usually go to rich areas or better areas where people are more likely to give money. So there's probably there, but it's not really have any meaning. If you like it, you like it. I don't think the Hilton, it's the American Hilton, must be, I guess. Anyway, so that's probably, there's no big debate. Do I choose the records? Well, again, I didn't want to have a system where you put a recording out every 3 months, whenever you feel like it. Yeah, it's a couple of albums there. 3-4 years old, did okay. And then they call me a genius. It's all rubbish, you know what I mean? And it's just some guy doing the same thing as probably anybody who played a bit of guitar can do, obviously. But I think the good side is, you see people, which good luck to them, like, is it C6 Steve? And they're really trying to emulate some blues guy, which I'm not by any means. I don't do fake voices, that's just my voice. I don't dress up in dungarees. A lot of the recordings actually were made early on in the morning because of the traffic going by, so, and things like that. To avoid that, I would only be awake for half an hour and get it done because of the traffic noise, and the traffic would come back at tea time. I would either have to wait till night time to do more when it died off, or the afternoon and knock out quite a lot of stuff, and then I realised it wasn't all very good. And cut it down to about 3 to 5 a day. Yeah. So sometimes you could have a break and not record at all. You would have material ready. No genius level things, you know. Do I remember? No, no. I don't play the same song twice. Really don't. Because I don't do gigs, there's no need to. They can just play it 20, 50 times. No, I don't. Not all the time. It would be impossible, I suppose. I don't have the desire to play the same songs always. That's that. Yeah, I'm afraid I've got to go now. Nothing exciting, typical dad thing. Go and pick my wife up on the bus. I don't have a car. The car situation in England's mad and everywhere probably. 4 cars in the drive, and I get a delivery of food and medication. I don't know what's the trend, you know. I wouldn't know really. I'm a motorbike fan. I don't have a motorbike at the moment. It's been an absolute pleasure. Really has, absolutely, yeah. And I hope you keep enjoying the rubbish that I do. From Calreason in Northern England. I'm not seeing where. Just to avoid people calling around, you know, I get so many calls and messages. It's great, but I don't want to see myself as a big star.